Tons of gold crypto investing where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind, company-made, computer software trading probability based, trading alert, technical analysis, and company philosophy as I'm your most trusted source for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency breaking news and coin updates here on YouTube and in the cryptocurrency spin as old Vincenzo has brought back truth and most importantly integrity back into the trading market, right? After a volatile day in the stock market, as we have upwards of a one full basis point rate hike or 1% in 2 weeks. Just like my work day, volatility at the workplace, the firm all pissed off that we blew a bunch of money on accident and fucked up. Employees all pissed off that they fucked up and are getting yelled at. And we got all kinds of blowing up in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market, right? And this is my brief. I got bowling here. It's my last week before I got to take a 10-day vacation. I'm going home Friday. So there'll be lots of opportunities for updates because I'm going to be home and off of work for 10 straight days to do nothing but sit on the lake, on the boat, right? Not my boat, friend's boat, and chill out on the water, right? And you can see earlier today when I got off work, this morning it pumped up and it dumped immediately. I would have loved to have short that, but didn't see that. Just seen it on my phone. And then when I got home from work, right up in here, I took a small short position out, rode it down to here, and then I got out of it right there because it looked like it was going to try to pump up. It did actually come down a little bit lower than where I sold it. And then now I looked and it's way up here. And now you're on upper resistance again. And you can see if we zoom out to the hour time frame in Bitcoin, you can see where we're at. We've been in this tightening falling wedge. Resistance, 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 support, 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 right? Then it fell through, resistance, it started acting as, now it's back in here. If you can break to the upside, you can come all the way back up here for a regional double top, right? And that's a pretty big move in Bitcoin, back up to 21,000. But if you get rejected by these major horizontal 19,893 that we've been talking about since the big flush, when we broke the all-time high, that's my major upper resistance besides a few peaks out. If we get rejected here, you can see this is very choppy right here. This is the market's going all over the place in a short time frame, down 3%, up 5%, down 4%, up 3%. Very tricky spot to trade, right, if you're swing trading. But if you get rejected by this, you're likely to come all the way down to this green ring underneath here. And you can see this green ring has held some major support as this was the bottom a couple of weeks ago when it flushed down, right? See that? See that right here? When it flushed down a couple of weeks ago, that actually was indicative of the bottom. I think that was the bottom. Or was that? No, there was something lower than that. Yeah, that was right before. That was back here. See that? This is what we were looking at just now in the hour time frame. It touched it. But then even really right here, that green ring was the bottom because you had a couple of choppy wicks below it right here in a 3-hour time frame, but they quickly got bought back up every time. So this green ring has signaled a short-term bottom. And if you come back down real quick, this is a great spot for a good bounce. Even though you just bounced off it right here, this would be another spot where you would look to bounce in between that major area and the major lower support of a actual double bottom, right? So the 18,769 green ring and the 19,896.72 are critical areas of resistance and underneath support, right? And then obviously the major support at 17,459, which would be that double bottom. right? And then if we're just going to look at some of the coins because I got to get inside here. Is this going to work? No? Is that all this horrible phone is going to give me? There it goes. See, when you threaten to close out, it likes to come in. Same thing with Ethereum. You can see this little area where it was trading in between here sort of formed a mini rising channel outside of a bigger rising channel. And then you can see it actually did come back all the way down to a technical target, the bottom of the channel, which actually fulfilled that one too, and this mini one. And now we're still waiting today to get the big whiplash up, then down, now back up. So $1,148.50 is still your major upper resistance on that green ring, and that's what you need to break up to try to trade up and get into these upper areas. If you get rejected off of this, that's confirming a breakdown, and that'd be indicative of at least a retest of your recent cycle low of $889-ish right over here. Cardano, this is just not working. Cardano, you can see it's still below this, and this is the same thing. We put this up here earlier, this Vincenzo watch, the same thing with Ethereum. If you come back and back test this, if you can get on top of this, you could come all the way up here really quick to that 61 cents. But just like Ethereum, if you get rejected, that's confirming a breakdown, and you're likely to come all the way down towards the top part of that, the top part of the shithouse, right? Down there at about 30, 31 cents, and that's what we're looking at there. And then we'll end out with a little XRP, which is in a similar state as ADA and XLM. You can see we had that big whip action there to whiplash. Now we're back actually on top of the white support zone. And if you're trying to make a run up here, you got to get some buyers to come in, get some volume. But the only thing I'm seeing down here in volume in the 3-hour time frame is heavy sell volume. But you can see that whiplash that I was talking about. See that brief down right there? See that little red candle? That was a pretty big red candle, and it quickly reversed. And now if we get rejected by the 200-day right here, you're more than likely trading down to that 28 cents. But if you can get on top of it, like you did here, and hold it as support, and then trade back upwards, which this held it as support, but never traded back upwards. It just traded sideways and then broke down. If this thing trades sideways on top of it and breaks down, you're coming down to 28 cents. But you got a pretty big spread here of 28 cents as major lower support and a 37-cent major pump upper resistance. If we are to get a pump, we're going to be paying attention for that as the CPI news has come out. The Fed's going to give a preliminary statement here in a few days like they normally do and kind of give an insight to the market, what if it's going to be a half a basis point, 3/4, or actually a full basis point, which I'm hedging towards. And that's got implications for the cryptocurrency market. We'll keep you up to date here on Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Peace and love from this bowling update.